Are you interested in moving to Canada, but you are struggling to find a job? Then this video is for you. Maybe you've been searching through job banks. You've done a lot of applications, but you are not getting a job. There is a secret to finding a job in Canada. And in this video, I'll be showing you 3 things: how to get a job in Canada, where to find a job, and how to avoid the competition in the job market. Maybe you want to apply for the express entry, the PNP, or any type of immigration program. And as you know, 99% of the immigration programs, you will need a job offer. So stay tuned and let's dive into it. The first thing I would like to talk about is to look for the high demand job. In my previous video, I was teaching you how to do the PNP. The PNP is done to attract the hard to find workers in certain occupation. The first thing you have to do if you are looking for a job is to look at each province, and then you look at the jobs in demand, because once you see the jobs in demand, you should know that these are the areas where it will be easy to find a job. So my how, as I stated earlier on, is knowing which jobs are in demand and then going into those provinces and looking for those jobs. I was going to teach you guys, especially the nurses, how to get a license. But the trick here is, if you get the license and that job that you are getting the license, it's not a high in demand job, then it's like you wasted your money and you're going to waste so much time looking for a job. So I decided to rather teach you where to find those hard to find jobs, where to find the jobs which they need, and then based on that, you can then go and work on your license and certifications to come and apply for those jobs. So we are going to go into the tutorial and the practical aspect, so that if you are home and you are watching, you can pull your laptop and follow the same. As you all know, I'm in BC, so I usually use BC as my sample tutorial, but it doesn't matter. You can use the same strategy for all the provinces that you are interested to immigrate to. So let's get into the tutorials and see. Now we're going to look into the BC PNP program, and then we'll look at the occupation that are high in demand and the things they are looking for, and then based on that, we can start searching for the jobs. You can Google BC PNP. Then it comes right there. So here it says supporting healthcare, childcare. So find out which occupations are prioritized to support BC care economy. So you can see that in BC, the PNP program is telling you the things that province need, and it states childcare, healthcare, and veterinary. So if you are working in this area, then meaning BC is the right place for you. So if you apply this same strategy to other provinces, you realize that there are some provinces who want accountants, some provinces want farmers, some provinces want, so every province knows what they need. So based on that and your occupation, that will decide which province you have to go to. I was a nurse, and BC, you can see it has the healthcare. So I went straight into BC. That is the strategy I used, and I got the job easily without any competition. So let's go back into the tutorials. Let's go into the healthcare and see what specifically does. So we have priority healthcare occupations. It talks about managers in healthcare, dentists, pharmacists, physio, all these, registered nurses, licensed practical nurses, social workers, nurse aide, orderliness. And then when you come to the technology side, we have cybersecurity engineers, all types of engineers and all that. So once you have this idea, then based on if you think your occupation is not in the priority areas of BC, you can check other provinces. You can check Ontario. You can check Nova Scotia. Let's check other provinces. I know some provinces are looking for teachers, so there are a lot and a wide range. So don't just limit yourself to one place. This is the template. Just follow the same template and you understand what I'm talking about. So now that we know that BC, they need nurses, they need dentists, cybersecurity, and all that. And when it comes to trade, we have construction too. So you can see plumbers, carpenters, roofers, you know, and all different types of opportunities in this area. So apply the same thing to other provinces. Now that we know, so assuming I was searching for a job and I realized that, oh, so BC really need nurses, then I can start, you can Google registered nursing jobs in BC. Google will help you a lot, but there is a strategy. Remember that I said in this video, I'm teaching you 3 things: how to find a job, where to find a job, and how to avoid the competition in the job search market so that you can get the job easily for your PR application or PMP or work permit application. So I'm going to Google nurse jobs in BC. So once you do that, just scroll down and look into it. So don't go to this first thing showing. When you are applying for jobs, always go to the company's website. Job bank never worked for me. Although some people are lucky, but most people I know hardly get jobs through job bank. So usually I advise people go to the company's websites and don't pay for any job. Go to the company's website and then find a job. So just as we are doing here, follow the same strategy. So when you type in Google and it pops up, you see Provincial Health Service Authority. Look at the website. Usually most of the reputable companies in Canada has the .ca as well. So you can open this in a new tab and then we can see what is going on there. All these are jobs. And you see a lot of nursing jobs there. Right, so this is one. Let's go back to the search engine. Always come down here. You see where we have Google 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Most of the opportunities are hidden in those areas. So just go to 2 because people just watch the first page and they're like, I can't even find anything. Look, it goes up to a lot of tabs down there. So you can search 2 and keep searching. As we are doing this, you'll see a lot of websites. Sometimes just go to the website to see what is there. Health Match BC, they help, if you are into the healthcare, there's a group of consultants which have partnered with the hospitals, and they help especially internationally educated nurses. So if you're a nurse watching me, you can also reach out to them, check out their website, and then they can also help you, guide you, get a job. Meanwhile, today we are focusing on finding a job, so we'll not go much into Health Match BC. For nurses, I would like you to Google the health authorities in BC. That will tell you all the health authorities, and then you can go to their website one by one. But doing this also brings out those that need people. Through the Google search, it gives us those health authorities that are aggressively looking for opportunities. So there's one way where you just Google and it pops up. So one method is Googling for the jobs and then it pops out, then you go there. The other way is also searching for the health authorities and then you go into their website. But I feel like this method, it's easier. But if you feel you are not getting the opportunities you want, then you go into each of them. So let's check out Island Health. And look at this. It tells you the nursing opportunities. Look, and it even says international applicants. So this is your sign that even if you are not in Canada, they have the provision for you. And here they have their email, which can connect you directly with a recruiter. So these are all opportunities that BC have for nurses. Now we can go back to the search and look at the other opportunities popping up. Now, Northern Health is also another place. So you can just go there as well and look. So you can go back to search results to see all the jobs there. And then look at the jobs there. Registered nurse, medical laboratory. Most of these jobs, you just have to make sure that you have the right license from the right authority to apply for the job. So all the things I'm opening are for the nurses. For those who are not nurses or in the healthcare, who might also want to know more. We can also do something, let's assuming plumbing jobs in BC, right? So you see all these things pop up, don't go there. Just look for companies and then go into the company's website. Job bank, if you want to try it, fine, but it has never worked for me, so I don't even. You see on the first page we didn't find any company, so just move to second page and keep doing the same thing. Second page, I'm not seeing any of these, they are not companies. Let's move to the third page. This says career.com. It doesn't look like it's a company. But look at those. CPKC looks like it's a company. So you can just open it in new tab and go there. Can you see that? It tells you there's a job in that company, and it tells you the requirement. You must possess a journeyman plumbing or equivalent experience, get a license, and all these things have the licensing authorities to go through to get it. And because one thing I've observed in Canada is that once you have the right certification and license, you have a higher chance of being selected, especially with the hard to fill jobs, because even if you are not in Canada, they are not getting people who are in Canada, so they have no other resource than to employ people who are not even there, right? So we can try something else. So as we are doing as we are going through the plumbing, as I said, just look for the companies. So you can see it says Thunderbird Plumbing, Victoria. So these are things you can just look. So this is a company, and then it says job opportunities. Looking for journeyman, woman plumber, and look at all that. Usually I just go straight to the requirements or the certifications. If you are learning some tricks and strategies from this video, please subscribe, share, comment, so that I'll keep doing what I'm doing. I'm on the journey to help people move to Canada. There are a lot of opportunities in Canada. So if you want to move to Canada, don't let any challenges stop you. Keep moving. Just subscribe and follow my page as I take you through different strategies and steps to get a job and immigrate to Canada. So even we can try teachers. So let's say teaching jobs in BC, right? You can use the same strategy for all the other provinces. So let's look at teaching jobs. Look, it pops up. This is even a sponsored, it said the Yukon teacher recruitment. It is sponsored. So this shows you how important this. Just go there and then look at the requirements and try to follow. One thing I know about the teachers is also they have credentialing body where they help you and guide you to if you are internationally educated, you can get the certification, and then from there you can look for jobs in Canada. You can see the school district looking for people. Can you see that? Coast Mountain School District teacher, and it's also in BC. It even tells you the email and where to. So guys, there are a lot of opportunities here in Canada. Now that I've showed you how to find a job, where to find a job, the next thing I'll teach you is how to avoid the competition. Because if we have millions of people watching these tutorials, it means everybody is going to rush, use the strategy, and there'll be a lot. But what is going to differentiate you from everybody else is what I'm going to teach you now. Usually I advise people, especially if you are not here in Canada and you are an internationally educated nurse or any kind of skilled profession, always target the rural areas, because the real Canadians or those who live here, most of them don't like to work in those rural areas. So if you are desperate and you want to migrate here, whether you are coming from the US, Africa, or anywhere in the world, and you really want to move, then you don't have to position yourself in a way where you are going to compete with those here, because they are going to pick them before considering you. So you should target the rural areas, and that is what I did. As a nurse, I target the northern part of BC, where we have the northern health, and there are a lot of jobs. Even now, there are still a lot of jobs in the northern part of BC, especially for nurses. So we can do rural, BC, right? Nursing jobs in rural BC. Now, I tell you, don't just go to the Google, just move down and look for the website. Now, let's look at this. Community careers, interior health. It has popped out. So you click on that and let's look at what is going on there. It says search for rural careers. These are the jobs where there is less competition, and it is the ideal ones for internationally educated or trained nurses and other skilled workers, teachers, whatever it is. Always look at the rural areas. So you can even Google rural BC. What are the cities there? Once you get the cities, let's say it says Prince George, Fort James, then you say, then you go back to Google and say jobs in Prince George, right? And then you use the same strategy and go to the website to find a job, because those rural areas, people don't want to go there. The Canadians don't want to go there. So as an international person, for you to avoid the competition, you should be targeting where no one wants to go, right? But mind you, always Google to know a little bit about the area, if you will be fine with it or not, because it's a huge place. There are opportunities everywhere, various types of provinces and different opportunities. So don't limit yourself. If you really want to come to Canada, I believe there is nothing that should stop you from immigrating to Canada. So as we are doing, let's go back into the interior health. So it says rural adult health substance abuse clinician, rural general nurses, right? So all these jobs are jobs where you have a chance or opportunity to get. We can go back to the search button to see other options. So let's move to the second button, right? I mentioned Northern Health. It's right there. They are still looking for people. That is where I got a job, and they are still looking for people. Now, PHS, which is the Provincial Health Service Authorities, are also looking for people. We can move on to the third one to see if there is something else we are missing. So just follow this process and look at that. It says registered nurse in rural general, registered nurse in Fort Nelson, right? So these are jobs in the rural areas which are not very competitive. And then it goes on and on and on. Now that I've showed you the strategies, I'd like you to take your time and follow this same process, and then get back to me and let me know how you are finding it so far. Through this video, you should know your skill and where you are targeting to, which province or which location where your skills. There are a lot of jobs there, right? So based on this, now in my next video I'll teach you how to find the licensing authority. Most of the job description will tell you which authorities or which license you should get for the jobs. So based on that, you have to get your license. So in my next video I'll be showing you how to get your license. I'll highlight teachers, nurses, and then we'll see if we can add more occupation and where and how they can obtain their license. Thank you for watching me. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. See ya.